This is 10 things that people commonly lie about, and I know 95 or like 99.9999957% of you will agree with and are very, very guilty of, except maybe if you're Jesus, but I think even Jesus can't escape some of these things. Just saying. Now I'm all up in your face. Now I'm disappeared. And now I'm dancing far away. And I'm dancing up close. Now I'm up in your face again. Now I'm back over here. I should get started, because I'm getting really distracted by my arm movements. And the first thing is you blow your nose. And the normal thing to do is to just throw it away. But I know, because I did this like 10 minutes ago, that everybody is curious about what it looks like and what color it is and how much of it there is. And everyone just wants to have a peek. Unless that's just me, and now this is really awkward because I just admitted that I look at my snot and nobody else does it. I'm very concerned for myself now. Number 2. Oh, just number 2 this way. Who did the fart? No one will ever admit that they cut the cheese or they done it because it's embarrassing. Everybody does it, but they won't admit it. Unless you're with like your best friend and you're like, yeah, I did the fart and it smelled the worst and it sounded the loudest. High 5 alpha female male, whoa! People pretending not to need to poop in either public or at like a not so close friend's house, because no one wants to get up and be like, yeah, I'm just gonna poop in your toilet and stink it out and leave skitties everywhere. Duh. It happens, but nobody wants to admit that they need to poop in a place where they don't want to poop. Unless it's an emergency. In that case, you go to that toilet because no one wants to deal with your poopy pants in public or sitting on your friend's bed. That's disgusting. Number 4. Peeing in the shower. There are 2 people in this world. People who pee in the shower and people who lie about peeing in the shower. I am happy to admit that I pee in the shower. I think it saves water because it's going down the drain anyway. I don't see the problem. You're washing your own body. There's soap, like literally right there. It's fine. I don't get why people get grossed out about it. People ask you, how are you? And you reply with, I'm fine. You are not fine. You just don't want to tell people how you feel. And you shouldn't tell people how you feel because you shouldn't tell people how you feel most of the time because 80% of them don't actually care. That's really mean, but I'm sorry. This one is like a little pet peeve of mine. I cannot stand this one. When people say they are on their way and they're not on their way. They're like, yeah, I'll be like 10 minutes, I'm in the car, and they're at home in the bath or doing a poop or eating or brushing their teeth and they're not on their way, and then like an hour later they're like, oh, sorry, I only just left, and you're like, so I had to sit in this restaurant on my own because you wanted to do a poo. Actually, that's kind of valid. It's more like when you're sitting in the bath or they're taking forever to do their hair. When people give you a really terrible gift and you're like, oh my god, thanks, I love it. But you can't say anything. You can't say that you hate the gift because then you look like an insensitive jerk. Get a gift next year. Like, your people who give you gifts will go from probably maybe like 10 or 15 people to like maybe just your mum and dad. Even then, they might stop giving you gifts, depending on how much of a horrible person you are. When your friend is blabbering on about something you don't even care about, you're not even listening, and it comes to a bit where, like, the only input you have in the conversation is, okay, or, and then it gets to an awkward point where they're, like, wanting your opinion or, like, a backup, like, yeah, you're right, yeah, and all you can think is, that makes sense. Because you don't have an opinion. You don't even know what they're talking about. You just go with, that makes sense. Yeah, you're so right. That makes sense. Yeah. You're a liar. You don't even know what they're talking about. When people go, wow, you look great. Girls that, you can kind of tell with girls because they're like, wow, you look great. And you're like, Thank you? I don't understand what you're saying. I thought I looked fine. You get the pity one where you're like, oh, you look great. Like, it's kind of like a, you tried your best, but you still look hideous. Thanks for coming. And my last one, number 10 for today. Number 10, I am yelling in this video, and I'm sorry if you're wearing headphones, because you are about to have your mind blown. I'm just kidding, it's just me. When people say, don't worry, it will be okay. How would you know? How would you know? Maybe it won't be okay. Maybe I'll walk outside of my house and get killed by a meteorite. Or I'll trip over my laptop cord and die or get strangled by it. Or I will go blind from the reflection of the CD into the sun. You don't know if it's going to be okay. You don't know my story, mate. Don't even try it. I will kick your butt into Tomorrowland. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs or a toes up. Give it a toes up for once. Let's be different. I click the thumbs up button, but no, toes are, no, never mind. Just, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe because I am going to be here for a long time. And I would like you guys to keep me company because I get lonely and I have feelings and I won't lie to you all the time. Only like 40% of the time. Have a nice day. Unless it's an